Hi. Hello. Hi. I'm I'm floating in the forest. Hello everyone. It's interesting that the microphone I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear me because I'm trying to use my microphone. Do you see what I did? Do you see what I did? Hold on. Let me just move that. Stop. Stop. Okay, wait. Hold on. Let me do this. Oops, no. Anyway, I know you can't see my hair. Maybe I'll take my green screen off. I just thought this was a cute idea because then you couldn't really see my face. But I suppose it's kind of stupid, huh? I know. Here I am talking to some trees. Hold on. There. It puts me, the big one. Here, I'll be like this. Although then my hair looks like really big, so I don't know. There's no winning. There's zero winning. But I thought I want to be by a campfire. Whoops, campfire. 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 So here I am. Good evening. How are you? It's good to see everybody. Isn't it look weird? I know. You didn't like the silence. I know. I'm sorry. Oops. Oh boy. I'm trying to figure out my shit here. I wanted you to be able to hear my voice, all right? Anyway, I know I look like crap. It's actually I'm having a little bit of an allergy problem right now, and my eye is like majorly watering, but I still want to. I know my face is floating, and it was like big. I don't know. There's no looking good here. Okay, let's. I mean, but if I stop it, then you'll just see my stupid green screen. Okay. Anyway, that was a little movie I made for you. And as an intro to the story time, and I don't think I can make that any lower. And also, that was John Patitucci, who is really an incredible bass player. He used to play with Chick Corea, and he had his own band, the John Patitucci Band. So I really, really highly recommend him. Hi, GP. How are you? How are you? I know, right? Little atmospheric opening scene. So anyway, so that's what that was all about. Hold on just a minute. Let me get some tissue for my little eyeball, my little runny eyeball. Anyway, okay, so here we are. I just don't like this whole green screen thing, but you know what? I just think that hold on, let me do this. I know what I can do. I think. Can I? Oh wait, I think that's not a good idea. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna copy this. I know this is like really dumb, but I don't know. I don't like plan everything the right way. But I know J Rans has some stories. But okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to a special Saturday edition of Lolo's Lounge. I'm so happy you're here. I think this lighting is really weird, right? Like I was trying to be scary, but I think I'm like too scary. Oh, I know what it is. It's like my eyes are all black because of the green screen. Okay, anyway, it's like turns your eyes black. Okay, so anyway, what I thought we would do is I have a bunch of ghost stories that I wanted to tell and just like be I don't know. I feel like I should just like be off camera. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that's probably a better idea. Um, but I think that and my allergies are just really bothering me. But what I want to do is do a lot of storytelling, and I teed up a bunch of ghost stories for us tonight. And so I want this to be more of an audio experience. It doesn't have to be a visual because I'm scary, but I don't want to scare the kids. So if I could get a sound check, and you can let me know if this sounds. It is better seeing me. Oh my god, I just look so terribles right now. But all right, hold on. Let me just blow my nose. Blow my nose, and then I'll do it, and then I'll do it. Okay. I know it probably is the wind. You know? Oh, you're so cute. You guys are so sweet. I can't believe you would want to be distracted by that, but okay. Distracted by that whole thing. I just think I look terrible. Anyway, okay, that's not the point. It doesn't really matter. So you know what I don't really like? I just don't really I have I like it when it does that. Na, 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 na. I like the floating head better. I think the floating head is better. Something none of it is good. Oh my god, you guys, it's terrible. You know what I can do? Look at this. Watch. Look at my face. Then my face goes like this. That's pretty scary, isn't it? That's pretty scary. I guess that's not I guess you guys don't really like it when I do that. But then my eyes look scary when I do that. I don't know. This is kind of freaking me out. But then I look like Grandma. Okay, stop it. Anyway, let's get started with these damn stories. I love you guys. You guys are so nice. Look at it. It even looks like that. That's so cool. Like it basically only picks up your skin. That's really cool. The great and powerful Lolo coming out of the trees right at you. Coming at you. Coming straight at you. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start telling you these ghost stories. Okay. It's a talking head. That's right. No, it's like supposed to be ghost stories. It's supposed to be scary, right? Like what the hell, people? Gotta be scared. Oh my god, my eye will not start watering. Okay. It just I had dreams. I had real dreams. I had dreams of making this like such a beautiful professional like storytelling, and I worked really hard on the opening. Oh, okay. I worked probably medium to heavy hard because I think if I had done a better job of the opening, like like putting on like I don't know, just like better, like I don't know, just better. It just could have been better. But anyway, it doesn't really matter, but here we are. And here we are. Oh, is the dog going out for a walk? Oh, isn't he special?
Carrying him like a baby.
You are carrying him like a baby. He is a baby. He's a big baby. Okay. All right. I'm obsessing about my leaking eye is what I'm obsessing about. All right.
Tissue?
I have a tissue. Thank you. Actually, I brought one with me. A floating head. Hi, Adriana. Adriana, did you know? Well, no, actually, there's quite a few. Is it woo woo time? I don't know about woo woo. I'm not really sure about that. You're happy to hear. We are happy to hear and be together. Oh, you guys are amazing. I can't even tell you. I really missed you. It was fun. It was fun to make. I wanted and I tried to really like Canva's really fun. Like it's really fun now that they have all these like amazing devices, like programs and applications where you don't have to be like super like talented or anything. And you can still create like amazing, like totally amazing things. Anyway, so all right. So the link, I dropped the link. Did I drop the link? Oh, wait, did I not drop the link? I don't even know. Okay, so that's the link if you want to come up and then, okay, remove from studio. Okay. And then we'll get into, but first I'm going to start off with a few stories. Okay. So what I would like you to do is I want you to settle in. First of all, does everyone have something to drink or eat or smoke or dab or some substance that is okay for them, that they're not going to hurt themselves with, and you're not in a place where you have to drive home? Make sure you're home and snuggled and buggled. Or if you want this on the car on the way home and you're sober, that's fantastic. We welcome you to do that as well. And yeah, I want you to sit back and relax. And I have just a cluster of stories, both real and imagined. I have not necessarily vetted all of them, so I may use my license to edit them if I deem necessary, shall we say. Hi, Annette. How are you? Oh my gosh, Annette, I am not able to see you. I'm so sweet. It's so great to see you, Annette. Everybody, look, it's Annette. It's Annette. It's Annette. What? Who looks amazingly like Jack Smith? Why, Annette, you look so much like Jack. It's just unbelievable. It's smash and run. Smash it and run. Hi. Oh, wait, what happened to GP? Did something happen? What happened? What happened? The opening, 2 thumbs up. Smash and run. 2 thumbs up. Oh, you guys are the best. Yes, we're doing that, Lolo. In bed. Okay, good. You're on the GE tube, and I'm on the phone and chat. If you don't hear from me, that's fine. Garage sales. Garage sales are so tiring. Garage sales are so tiring, Adriana. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Getting one rolled now. Excellent, easily. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. You do it. You do it. It's good to see you, Annette. Huge spider. Jesus Christ. Smash it and move on. Jack with a box. I'm on Jack with a box. Oh, it's good to see you. All the way from Twitter. All the way from the tweeters. Okay. Oh, now, if I can stop my eye from leaking. That's just so sad. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not sad. All right. Anyway. Okay, let's get started on these motherfucking stories. Okay, hold on. I got some stuff for you. I got some other surprises. Don't you worry. First of all, I just want to set the scene for you. Okay? So I want you to just kind of like turn the lights down. All right? Okay, so let's really get into this. Because this is my jam. Or at least this is what I want my jam to be. So let's really do this. And I don't care if you can't see my face, because it's more important that you can hear my voice. It's not important totally to see my face. Okay. It is the end of a very long week. And what I would like for you to do is just to oh, you know what? Actually, let's get a little actually I know what to do. I know what to do. Hold on. There we go. All right. I want you. No, it's not going to make me littler. That's the only problem. I wonder if I can. Okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Here we are. Okay. All right. I want you to let go of everything that you have done this week and all of the news stories and all of the strife and all of the nonsense. I want you to let go of all the serious things. I want you to let go of all the adulting things. I want you to step way outside of your responsible self and take a minute to sit with us by our little fire and the kitties who want to be heard. And I want you to just take some deep breaths and let go and let me take over. All right. So just sit back and relax. And I'm just going to lead you through a bunch of stories. None of them are going to be connected. There's nothing to overthink. There's nothing to do but just even listen. You don't even have to listen. How about that? I'm going to make no requirements of you right now, because everybody made requirements of you the whole week. And I'm not going to make any requirements of you other than what you've already done, which is show up. So let Auntie Lolo take over. Let me drive. Let me drive for a while. All right? Okay. Ugh. All right. Let me get myself off camera here and fix my situation, and then I won't be looking into the abyss. Let me see. I'm gonna do this like soon, but I think we're gonna get there. At least I hope we do. Did you guys hear that? All right, we're safely at our bonfire, at our campfire. All right. Oh my gosh, I'm floating through the air. It's okay. I'm gonna float halfway through. Okay. Oh no! Oh dear. Hold on just a second, kids. Got a bit of a problem. Oh. Ah! Don't worry about something. Another Lolo production. Another Lolo. So that means let me screen production. Another, oh my god, what have I done now production? Maybe? No. Oh.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
This can go into this one,
Yeah.
right? All right, everyone. Okay, hold on, everyone.
You know what? Why don't, yeah.
Oh, it's scary. Who's
It's
the
so
other
scary.
person?
Who's the other
Oh.
person?
Don't put down yet, because you gotta turn this
I'm not going to. Here, let me do Thank you, little daughter. Oops. Let me, whoops, oops, I turned it off. There we go. And we're doing blue and pink and blue and pink and blue and pink. I just let them through this total relaxation and now I've shocked their system. And now I'm doing strobe lights. Okay, there we go. All right, let me try that. No, let me not try that. It's just another day at Lolo's Lounge. It's just another day. Just another day. Now I'm pink, but you know, since when haven't I been pink? Hey! All right, anyway, so now we have our campfire going, which is great. Hold on. And then let me go back here. Oh, you know, sometimes, oops. I think I want to just like not have a green screen. Oh, I see. There I am with my green screen. And then I can fix this. Okay. Hold on. I'll go back to the green screen. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Oh, boy, you know, sometimes when you're like a person and then you're not a person and then you're not a person and then you thought it'd be a great idea to do all this stuff and it would be a great idea to do all that stuff and then all of a sudden it wasn't such a great idea. Hold on. Oh my god, strobing. Ah, don't look away. Okay. Oh my god. You know what? Whatever. You know what a well-lit green screen is? A well-lit green screen. Oh my god. Ah! Anyway, this is me. This is me. I know I'm real. I know, tuna fish brain. I really am real. I kind of was enjoying my time in the forest, though. Maybe I'll go back to the forest. But anyway, let's tell you some stories. How about I do that? How about I tell you some actual stories? And it doesn't really matter. Okay? All right. I do have an idea here. Hold on. Nope. Oh, but that's better. Now it's better. Hello. Can you
Hello.
hear?
Can you hear me?
Yay! I can. I can.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I had to I don't know, re-sign up or something because it's been a while and
Oh,
I missed your awesome um guided
oh, the guided meditation.
guided agitation. I don't know.
Guided agitation. Yes. Good. I'm so glad because no one should have to submit
No, I
themselves.
mean if it's a fear-based meditation, is it I don't know. But I heard pigs snorting and I got super excited. Like we're actually at a fire. It's awesome.
Yeah, it was supposed to be owls hooting, but I think it probably sounded more like pig snorting. God,
Oh, sorry.
no, it's fine. I don't even care. I don't even care. All right. So I am dying. I don't want to make you go first, but I'm kind of dying to hear if you have a ghost story.
Oh yeah, I have a few, but I didn't want to come up until did
Oh,
what you
well,
had planned.
I don't have a ton. I mean, I have a ton of stories. Like I just pulled up a bunch of crap, but they're not necessarily good stories, but I will set the stage. And so and anyone else who wants to come up and tell stories, please feel free to come up. We have room. We have plenty of room here in the lounge. Um, and let me tell you a little bit about the genesis of this, because this is actually something that I've wanted to do for a long time. So I love horror stories. I love ghost stories. I've always loved ghost stories. I don't really know why. I don't. I don't necessarily believe a lot in mystical things. Although I don't close myself off from thinking, that things could be possible. I do have a little bit of a problem with God, but that's a whole other show. But I do feel like there is a lot of energy inside of us, and it's hard for me to believe that once you die, that energy like dissipates, right? And obviously, we as people who loved people, we can keep them alive through memories and all that kind of good stuff. Um, but I also just I have to believe that there's I just feel like there's some energy. And so and to that point, I do have a little story about my own little ghost story, very short. And it is that when my daughter was little, I was a single mom from day one, so I raised her myself and whatever. That was my choice. But my mother and I were extraordinarily close. I was the last of six children, and we were just like I never loved anyone as much as I loved my mom. I mean, I love my daughter as much as I love my mom, but I know, right, Gus? But I really, if you pull that green screen down, I'll be really angry. But anyway, so I love my mom, right? And when I got pregnant, my mom was over the fucking moon. Like this, to have her, I know this sounds stupid, but to have her baby have a baby was just like, it was going to be the most special grandchild, right? Like for her. Um, and we found out it was going to be a girl, and it would be the first girl grandchild, all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, big, big, big deal. Well, my mom got very sick, and she had congestive heart failure and diabetes and all the kinds of things that kill people like that. And so she got very sick, and I was pregnant and living in Boston at the time, and my mom lived here in California. And I was pregnant working lady. And then when I found out my mom was dying, like she was actually in the hospital dying, I flew all night to get there, and and I made it to the point where she was still somewhat conscious. but not 100%. And she did end up passing away. And I was pregnant, and my daughter was born a month and a half after that. That was her due date. So, so anyway, there was always like this real pain around my mother never meeting my daughter, and like all that kind of stuff. And my daughter's now like 27 years old, so it's been a long time. When my daughter was little, we lived in Florida, and we lived in an apartment that was on the bottom floor, and it was like on those canals, in Fort Lauderdale, if you've seen the canals. They have a bunch of apartments that just like butt up to the canals. And so we had one of those, and it had a huge window that looked out onto the little canal. And it was tile floors, that kind of stuff. Florida, very Florida. So I'm cleaning the apartment, like mopping the floor one day, and my daughter, Bobo, is sitting playing near the window, near the big picture window. And, I'm just like on the other side of the room mopping or whatever. And she stops what she's doing dead in her tracks. And she stands up and looks at me, and she says, "Mom, she's talking to you." And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Mom, she's talking to you." And I said, "Who is talking to me?" And my daughter is like 3 years old at the time, maybe, yeah. And she's like, "Grandma." And I'm like, "Oh, fucking no, stop it." And it was just one of those moments where, of course and my daughter wasn't like extraordinarily verbal around stuff like that. We didn't really like I have a big family, but we don't like overly spend time together as a family, like all that kind of stuff. Not what I think of as traditional families. So anyway, I just like that moment was just like, I really do think my mom like somehow communicated through to my daughter, like, whatever, like tell your mother she's an idiot. I don't know. I wanted to blame her. She said that. But yeah, so I feel like energy is, and maybe that's just a way of remembering people that I love very much. But I feel like that is I could be convinced of that. I could be convinced, and I know that's kind of like that old joke where, it's not your addictive lifestyle. It's not your lack of ability to control your finances. It's not your ability to pick the wrong dude. It's the moon. Yeah, no, it's nothing to do with you. It's the moon, which is such an LA thing to do. Anyway, so that's my preamble. And so when I thought, in fact, my daughter and I even recorded one podcast episode of ghost stories because we love ghost stories together. I grew up telling her that story about grandma and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like this to me is really something I've wanted to do, and I will try to improve on my performance to really like get people to tell their ghost stories. Like I want to hear people's ghost stories as much as I want to tell them. So anyway, that's why we're here. So welcome to the inaugural I called it Pod Ghost. That's what we called it. Instead of podcast, it was Pod Ghost. So anyway, this is Lolo's Campfire, but welcome, Jay Rance, to you're the first guest on Lolo's Campfire. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. No, I appreciate you bringing me up during your story too. That is wild. I believe yeah. I am the magical thinker.
You are the magical thinker. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that. I think that's good.
I do think that children, especially, they still have that cord to the ether somehow. I don't know. They haven't been cured of it. I sort of feel. And that's beautiful if your mom did visit you. And I'm so sorry. That's so I don't know if I have heard the whole story of that.
Yeah, no,
sorry.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. But don't those moments make you sort of, I don't know, it's good to think on, maybe they comfort you a little bit in times of trouble. And I
mean, if nothing else, right? And I'm not I'm not worried whether or not it's true or not. It doesn't matter to me, but I find it interesting. Sharon, how are you? Sharon, not feeling well. I'm just looking at chat to make sure I'm keeping it. Sharon, I've never seen or felt a ghost. Really interesting. Sharon, would you describe yourself as one of those people who's kind of skeptical about that stuff? I don't know. I wonder. I love Jay Rance's voice too. Mm. I should put
That's
myself
nice.
in worse. Feel better, Sharon. Yeah. GP says I believe that too, Jay Rance. And pets, yeah, Jen. Pets seem to notice. They totally do. Of course. Sharon, sending you love, my darling. You get a lot of electrical stuff. You mean like electrical, like, uh, like light surges or something like that, Adriana? Uh-oh. Are you doing something? Something's happening. Okay. Oh, lights, like lights shine and lights. Yeah, that I can understand that. I should try and put light. If I don't know if I would say I'm a skeptic. Sharon says I'm not going to say somebody else's experience is not valid. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Max, getting pretty woo in here. Woo woo. Hey, man. Ghost stories. Well, I can't get any woo. Can't get any wooer. Oh, hey. Oh, Lee, checking in from Michigan. Icy Michigan. Oh my God. How is the weather for everyone? I have a feeling everyone's in some pretty bad shape. I saw Iowa was doing pretty bad.
It's even cold in Florida. My fingers were like freezing earlier.
It's freezing here. But what's the temperature like in Florida? Because it can get cold in Florida.
It's 50. It's like 55 degrees. It's
I remember
freezing.
Yeah, exactly. And then all your produce freezes and everything. I know how all the orange trees you have in your yard. Because doesn't everybody in Florida have orange trees in their front yard?
Yeah. Orange, grapefruit, mango. I got it all.
Oh, and you have a pet. I was going to say a pet narwhal, but that's not what I meant. I meant.
I wish.
I meant manatee. Anyway. All right. So Jay Rance, tell me something of what do you want to share about ghost stories? I'm curious.
Well, I have one from when I was a kid. I had two, for some reason, I had two beds in my room. I'm an only child, but I had two beds in my room. And I woke up in the middle of the night and there was a woman standing at the end of the bed next to me. And she was standing at the foot of the bed. And I grew up Catholic. So she looked like she was wearing a shroud, almost like the Blessed Mother or whatever, like she was draped in white and like white, grayish white, just standing at the end of the bed next to mine and looking down. And I just got this sense that she was concerned, like looking down at the bed, like concerned about somebody in the bed being like not well or something. And I screamed and I like screamed and jumped out of bed and ran past it. But it disappeared right as I was like getting near it. And I ran to my mom's room.
How?
And I never slept in that bed. And I made my mom get rid of the bed.
No, I wouldn't. I can totally understand that. I wouldn't have had the courage to run past it. You know what I mean? Like to even...
Yeah, like I didn't have many options.
I know. I remember that. I remember how like paralyzing the fear is when you're in bed. And the funny thing is we had when I was little, we had, because we had so many fucking kids, we had a 2-story house, right? When I was very little. And of course I was the last of 6. So all my siblings had moved out by the time I was pretty young still. And, because they were all like teenagers when I was born. So I remember then my bedroom technically was on the 2nd floor, once everybody had moved out. And I would not go up there. I would not set foot up there. I slept on the couch in the living room and I would not go upstairs. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. But to this day, if you if I think about that house, I still get like really freaked out. And I still love all horror movies, so there's something wrong with me. It's a me problem. It's definitely me.
And I'm sure it was just I just woke up because like I had
Well,
sleep paralysis when I was a teenager only one time. I experienced it one time.
oh my
And it was very disturbing because when I woke up, there was like some kind of like banshee over me or something. Like, you know, I was
no.
dabbling. I know it was bad. I was like dabbling in like, you know, well, I don't know.
Were you doing were you doing the dark arts?
Yes, I was. You know, when you go to Catholic school and then you get to like public high
Right?
school, and
Then
you're
you're
like,
like,
oh, I'm a Wiccan now.
that's
Um,
right. I'm gonna do the exact opposite.
Yeah, it was really bad. Like I woke up and like there was like some hag lady or something right over in my face. I sound
Hell,
crazy. I shouldn't be talking about this on YouTube because it's like
that's
but
right.
anyway,
Let's
whatever.
be
Shit
honest.
like this happens to people.
It does. I'm sorry.
I
It does.
yeah, I pulled my covers over my head when I was able to move.
Exactly.
It was just really disturbing. But
That would
the
freak me
one
out.
other, I have one other. I don't.
Yes.
Do you know anyone that has had sleep paralysis before? Because that's
No,
like
but that is one of my greatest fears.
maybe
Me,
chat. I don't know.
me and Bobo have talked about that numerous times. Has anyone had sleep? Like Bobo's actually looking at me now as she takes her water back to her room and is like dying. Huh?
I had sleep paralysis.
You've had sleep paralysis?
Yeah, but
Oh my God.
it was very mundane.
Okay.
It wasn't scary.
You didn't
was
have a
like,
banshee?
I heard my friend when she was living with us for a
Uh-huh.
minute. I heard her have a full conversation with you in the living room, and then I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go back to sleep. So I went back to sleep, and I wake up, and then I go out, and she hasn't been there all day. Anyway, it's very mundane,
Wow.
but it was very vivid.
Oh, okay. That scares me. That whole concept scares me. I don't know. Lee
Yeah,
says, "Oh my
it's a
God, I
good
slept
thing.
on the couch when I was a kid due to Dracula nightmare. Upstairs bedroom is still in an old farmhouse. Oh yeah, no, that would have been much scarier. I was just in a ranch in like a suburb. Anyway, go ahead, Jay Rance. Sleep paralysis. Oh
Oh
wait,
no, I'm looking at the chats popping
Yeah.
about this. So I'm just
Lolo's
reading.
Lounge have any anecdotes concerning witchcraft in Africa? My experience, people there believed in it, had many stories about it. I didn't get a lot of stories about it, but there definitely was a strong element of, and I wouldn't even attempt at what some of the terminology would have been in Liberia in particular, but I do know that there was a lot of mysticism and other practices that happened, and definitely, oh boy. Well, okay, so I do have one story. It wasn't a ghost. It was a real fucking demon. And one of the girls literally passed a note to another girl in the school who gave it to me. I still have the note. Who gave it to me saying, "I'm being held in the churchyard. Please come find me." And so I went with her friend and her mother, and we went and got her, and she was literally being like, there was this idiotic guy who painted himself as a shaman in the middle of the slum that is in Liberia, in Monrovia, and he called himself a church, and then he would have young girls come and he would say, oh, they're sick, they have to live with me. And I'm like, no. No, they don't. No,
That's crazy.
we're going now, we're leaving now. Anyway, so yeah, that was just so there definitely is that, but that wasn't there was nothing mystical about that. It was untoward. So
Yikes.
yeah, so Catholic school here. Yeah, all my siblings were Catholic school kids, so I understand there's a lot of mysticism in the Catholic school too, frankly. So
That's true. Adriana said that she had auditory situations.
Oh,
Her house in College Park, a woman said my name in my ear. I turned around, no one there. I had an experience in Ireland of auditory and orbs in the photos after I got home and developed them.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So Glendalough, I went with my bestie, and she had family over there, so we went and stayed in like in like the Wicklow Mountain area. It's
Yes,
south
right.
of Dublin.
Mhm.
And there's this place called Glendalough, which is like an old monastery or church, whatever it evolved into. And they built a big tower so that the monks could escape from like Viking raiders and stuff like that. Or um, and it's all standing pretty nicely. It's like a ruins and graveyard, and the oldest structure with a stone roof still standing in Ireland. So it's like a big tourist attraction. And we went there, but we got there just right before they closed, and they close at sunset.
Okay.
So already kind of spooky. And
Yeah.
we're walking around. We're going into the ruins of the church, the ruins of the house of the priest, walking through the graveyard. And, you know, this was, I want to say it was like 2000, like the year 2000. And
Mhm.
so, you know, it wasn't digital, nothing. I had film camera, you know, disposable, whatever camera. And I'm taking all these pictures. And I go up to the oldest house with the stone roof. And by that time, we were the only ones there. And her uncle was like, "Oh, come on, we gotta go. You know, we're they're about to close. We have to hurry up." And I was looking in because it was like the windows and the door holes were like all iron gated, and it's really dark inside because there's no light coming in, and the sun is pretty much dipped behind the mountains, so it's that dusky gray,
Mhm.
hue to everything. And I peek my head in, and I hear, and I'm trying to look in, and I hear, "Hey," like "Hey," like a big deep voice, like
Yeah.
"Hey," like "Get the hell out of here, hey."
Right.
And I literally like
I would have
back
jumped.
away. So I ran backwards. I ran backwards as far as I could go backwards into a stone wall. And when I got to the stone wall, I sat on the ground against the stone wall, and they're all looking at me like, "You okay?" I said, "I just heard a voice go, 'Hey, get out of there.'"
What the
And
fuck?
anyway, so that was that. And when I got home and I developed the photos, there were orbs in all the photos. It was
That's
really
insane.
weird. Not in
That's
any of the other pictures I took, but all my Glendalough photos have
See, and
orbs.
that I'm sorry. There's energy, especially in those really like ancient places with all of the shit that's happened in those places. I cannot imagine what is floating around there. So yeah, I'm sorry. I believe in that stuff. That's great. Oh, I like that. I really like that.
That's it. That's my ghost stories.
Okay.
Except
I
for
like
I
stories.
rented a
I love
house
your
once that
ghost
had a
stories.
shadow person, but that was
J
it.
Rance, you're amazing. All right, let's check in with chat. Let me get us up to speed. My grandmother came back as my parents' neighbor's cat. Tish the cat only wanted to be with my parents, so the neighbor gave Tish to them. Oh, that's a sweet story. Oh, that's very sweet. That's very sweet, GP. Oh my God, it's 32 degrees in Montreal. Montreal. Neil, you should come up and tell stories. Wowzers, J Rance. That's what Adriana says. Sharon says, not the sheriff in Girl of the Golden West by Puccini. What? I don't know what that is. I'm telling you. Like I love I also love, and I hate to say this, just about movies though. I love found footage. I love found footage film. I love it if it acts like it was real. Blair Witch got me bad. Paranormal Activity got me bad. Oh my god. That's like one of the most amazing movies. I couldn't believe it. Okay, here we go. You are not crazy, J Rance. There you go, J Rance. Adriana says you're not
I feel
crazy.
better.
There, I'm sure it is. That's coming from any one of us loungers. I'm sure that's a very, very great comfort. I had something sit on my bed once, Jen Griffin said, but sleep paralysis sounds like pure hell. That would, I mean, I think I would. I remember being paralyzed in bed, being scared. I was terribly scared. And then my mom used to work as a nurse, and she would work from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. And I remember on the nights, well, she worked a lot of nights. I guess I stayed up late as a kid, which I really kind of did. But I remember watching her leave to go to the car and being so afraid that something was going to get her from our front door to the car. I think I was a little bit of a freaked out kid, okay? I'm not going to say. I think that says a lot more about me than it does about anybody else. Easily distracted. I had a hairy caveman hold me down. I had sleep paralysis during this one. Didn't stop till someone knocked on the door. That's insane. Easily. A hairy caveman. I also get auditory. Okay, that's what Adriana. Oh, I feel like I've heard people. Oh, and then there's been lots of great stories, like in my daughter's high school. Where the she was in band, and the one of the band directors would always talk about how they would see ghosts in the performing arts theater of the high school and all that kind of stuff. So there was a ton of those kinds of stories. All right, and I'm going to read you some stories now. Sharon says, I used to get night terrors, like I was being chased by a man and I couldn't get up and run away. I would stop breathing and scare myself awake. No more night terrors since I got the CPAP. It really is about sleep, isn't it? Be careful with that CPAP. They're having problems with the tubes, but that's another show. On Christmas, I was touched on my back at friend Ava's house. I thought it was her dog. Turned around, nothing there. I don't like stuff like that, and I've had that kind of stuff happen too. Wow, we got all kinds of Catholic school girls here. Oh my goodness. That must say something. Let's see. Oh, Louisiana. There's a lot of good ghost stories from there. From birth, I've had regular night terrors, sleep paralysis, although I rarely remember them. I don't recall having sleep paralysis, but I sure am terrified by the concept. Scott is a Catholic school boy. Oh my gosh, we got all kinds of therapy going on in this room. They don't have to be exclusive. Okay. Louisiana was the hairy caveman experience. Easily. I saw a book once by a guy that went to Haiti to study the zombie phenomenon, and he talked about the drugs they gave people to make them zombies. Oh, see, this doesn't sound great at all. I Regal to 2020 Dominique. Hi, Dominique. Hi. Oh, wait. P. Neil. I was in South Africa. Yeah, I would imagine. I think there is, and again, I don't know what the technical name is, as whether voodoo is the actual technical name. Billy Joel. Billy Joel's scary. I'm going to tell you that right now. I find Billy Joel frightening. All right, let's see. I want to get caught up with all this great stuff. You guys are so cute. Oh, look at all those little pictures. I know the picture
That was scary.
That was scary.
I like the Jen. Jen made me laugh. Jay Rand's moonwalked out of there. Yeah, I did. I would scream, and if dirt could talk. I love orbs. I have a picture of my brother's orb over his ashes when I asked him to appear on his death date. Adriana, you've got some really good, like, connection to the spirit world. I mean, my house is 100. I had Pepper. My house is 180 years old, and there's a ghost here. I call him Bob. Well, that's nice. I would like to be friends with my excellent ghost stories. J Rants GP approves. I would like to have a friendly ghost if I'm going to be. Some people are just more aware of them. Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. I just think there's energy. I have a photo of hundreds of white orbs around my best friends in the front yard of an old southern plantation that was used to store thousands of Civil War dead. Oh, yikes. Can't think of any. No problem, Neil. Maybe next time. We're going to do this again. My house was built in the 1880s, but I've never had any weird occurrences. That's interesting. The people that lived there before me were happy. Well, that's good. That's okay. I don't need a poltergeist. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. Puccini was a hit. You don't want a poltergeist.
I don't want a poltergeist. I also don't stay in a place long enough to really get ghost. They're always like, what? She left. What? What are you leaving? Like, hey, tumbling tumbleweed. All right, here we go. Dream catchers work great for night terrors. Oh, that's interesting. Ghost stories are fascinating about the person who have them. Oh dear. Well, I don't know if that's not for me. Lots of Catholic schoolgirls. Yes, we're all the schoolgirls. I don't think I actually never went to Catholic school. My family left the Catholic Church because of the Vietnam War, right as I was born, and growing up. So I never made it. I went to public school. My siblings all went to Catholic school. I was traumatized by seeing The Incredible Shrinking Man and The Blob. The Blob is a very scary movie, actually. I remember being very frightened by that. Surviving Death is an excellent documentary with personal experiences and a variety of experts. Oh, that sounds interesting. Sometimes I get a little weird, though, about death. Like, I don't want to talk about it, you know? I'm obsessed with the afterlife, but I don't want the scary stuff. That shadowy figure made my body shoot straight up. I'm telling you, it is a little scary. And I know, and Gal doesn't like scary stuff. I learned. There's a cemetery tour thing they do on Saturday nights in Tyler, which would be interesting. I love that kind of stuff. Tuna fish brain, how are you? People say the famous battlefields are full of spirits like Gettysburg. I would imagine that's true. Hey, Oomph. I would imagine that's true, actually. I would imagine that's quite true. You love NDEs. What's an NDE? What's an NDE? I don't know what that is. People say, oh, yeah, you said that already. I said that already. I would do a cemetery too. I would too. I would think I think you're in Central California. I think they have some in the city that you live in. I'm not friends with Bob the Ghost. He made me very angry, so I banished him to the basement. Okay, but wait a minute, Pepper. Okay, I'm not actually interested in shoving an angry ghost into my basement, which then I have to go into. So tell me how that goes. Yep, I'm telling you. All right. All right. Let's read some stories. I'm gonna read some. This one I just pulled up a bunch of shitty little stuff. Okay, here we go. All right, these are going to be dumb. Okay, so can you guys just like suspend your smartiness for a minute and allow yourself to just enjoy stupid ghost stories, because not all of them are going to be good. Okay. You know, we're talking like some of them are Reader's Digest versions. Okay, so just calm down. All right.
Can I drop down? Or you want me to stay up? You want me to
Oh no, you don't have to. No, you can do whatever's comfortable for you, J Rand. But yeah, feel free. Okay. Let's tell some stories. Let me see if I can make my face weird again. Hold on, because Oomph, you missed it. Oomph, you missed it. Hold on. I'm going to do, well, it's going to be scary, but maybe they'll be funny too. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I want to show you my, Oomph, you didn't get to see the background. Look at my head. Wait, I want to do it so my face is like scary. Okay, how about that? I like this. Okay, we're going to do that. All right. You guys okay with that? Is that okay? Is it scary? Is it scary? Okay. All right. Well, I really want you just to focus more on the story and not on my face. So I think it's better if we have like a scary person coming out of the forest. All right. And I like my black eyes. It's like a shark. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. Do, 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 do. Okay, let's see. All right. On his way to get married, a military man and his best man set off on an 800-mile road trip from Camp Lejeune in North Carolina to Lafayette, Indiana. It's 1 a.m. on a cold January night in 2014, and the man tells Monsters Among Us that the weather is bad and temperatures are in the negative double digits. As the pair close in on Indianapolis, they discover that they have no money to pay for gas to refuel the car and are about to run out. Growing up in the trucking industry with my dad, I decided to stop at a truck stop, the man explains. But because the main interstates were shut down due to the weather, they had to get off the highway and search for a truck stop along the back roads instead. We found a smaller truck stop. It had one truck, and it was just kind of strange. It was just a blacked out truck with a blacked out trailer. There was no real markings on it, nothing distinguishable, he says. They went in hoping to see a clerk or a waitress who would spot them a few dollars for gas, enough to make it to Indianapolis, at which time they'd go to the bank to take out cash and pay back the loan. Inside, they found a tiny diner occupied by a waitress, cook, and a lone truck driver. I went inside and talked to the driver, and he bought us a cup of coffee. We sat there and talked for about 30 minutes about what was going on and why we were where we were headed, where we were, and what we were doing. And he gave us $20 for gas. I went outside, pumped our gas, came back in, and told him, "Hey, I really appreciate it. I'll be back." Making good on his word, the man got cash from the bank upon arriving in Indianapolis and returned to the diner. When we arrived back about 10 o'clock in the morning, "It's boarded up," he said. "It looks like it's been abandoned for years and the truck's gone, but we had just been in there." We pull in anyway and find a police officer parked in the parking lot. They explain what happened just hours before, to which the cop chuckles and replies, "Oh, you met the ghost of 3." So 2 military members converse, had a cup of coffee with, interacted with 3 people at a diner that had a fuel pump. "I got $20 worth of gas," says the man. "When I came back, it had been boarded up. If I remember correctly, the cop said it had been boarded up for 20 years. Dun, dun, dun. It doesn't explain what the actual ghost of 3 is, so sorry about that. Okay, here is another one. Oh, I'm purple? Oh, wait, what? I'm a hot mama. She's in purple now. She's a turtle. She's a turtle. Okay, sorry. Which famous people are buried there? What? I know, I'm in the fire. In the fire. In the there was no guy. There was no $20. Okay, here we go. Next story. This is about the Lizzie Borden house. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. These are from the Today Show, which I know is really makes them really special. Okay, here we go. On August 4th, 1892, Andrew and his wife, Abby Borden, were found brutally murdered in their Fall River, Massachusetts home. Though murder wasn't uncommon in the late 1800s, the fact that they were bludgeoned to death with an axe and the main suspect was their 32-year-old daughter, Lizzie Borden, certainly was. The crime and trial that followed made headlines around the world. Lizzie was ultimately acquitted of murder, but she remains forever linked to the heinous killings, as does the home where the crime was committed. Now a bed and breakfast museum, the Borden home attracts history buffs and thrill seekers who come to see for themselves if the rumors that the house is haunted are indeed true. When I started working here, it was more of the history. I really didn't care about the paranormal. Suzanne St. John, a realtor and tour guide at the Lizzie Borden house, tells Today.com. However, that all changed after St. John says she experienced a few unusual happenings of her own. Guests tell us they hear laughing and playing in the middle of the night. Things get moved around, she says. And St. John experienced a few unusual things herself, saying that once she discovered toys scattered across a room that no one had been in. St. John also talks of a picture that fell over and slid 2 feet across the floor without any plausible explanation, as well as a closet door that once opened of its own volition. On the eve of the anniversary of Andrew and Abby's murder, St. John says that she and the other 2 tour guides at the house felt a sudden, sharp, piercing pain in their left eyes, the same exact location of Andrew Borden's fatal injuries. Perhaps the most unsettling, however, is the story St. John tells of a tour guide at the Lizzie Borden house who asked her group to silence their cell phones before beginning the tour. Moments later, a guest's cell phone rang. She looked up and said, "It's my mom." The tour guide asked if she wanted to leave and take the call, to which the woman replied, "She died 2 years ago." I have to find my weed. Hold on just a minute. Don't be too scared. Let's see. Oh, no Susie and the Banshee fans? I love Susie and the Banshees. Wait, where's my weed? Hold on. Just take a minute here. Where did I put it? Because what's allowed without leave? Oh. Ah. Okay, these cats and their toys. I'm going to insist their stuff. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, look at my hand. Looks like a. I'm a bloody finger and I'm 2 doors away. I'm a bloody finger and I'm 3 doors away. All right. Okay. Are we ready? I like Susie and the Banshees, but I suck at. I totally suck at remembering lyrics and stuff. Oh, there's no smoke when I blow smoke. Okay. All right. This is great. Okay. All right. Ready? All right. Are you enjoying it so far? Is everybody enjoying themselves so far? I hope so. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Okay. It'll get better. This is just the premiere show. And I won't have so much pain in my eyes. All right, let me see if I can find it really going. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. And these are stories that are being told to like ghost story people. All right. When Marty was a child back in the 90s, she tells us that she was a fan of ventriloquist Edgar Bergen and his dummy sidekick Charlie McCarthy. She says that when her father came across a ventriloquist doll as he wandered through a small magic shop located outside of Santa Rosa, California, he decided to buy it for her birthday. While ringing up the sale, Marty says the cashier gave her father weird vibes and said to him, "You know, when you put your hand inside the doll, he's going to come alive." Laughing off the comment, he brought the dummy home to his daughter. According to Marty, she was over the moon when her dad gave her the doll, saying, "I was so happy I got that doll, I was obsessed." But before long, strange things began happening. Though impossible because the doll's head was made of hard plastic, she says its expression would change, including his smile. Worried something would happen to her precious dummy, Marty's family shut it away in a cupboard most nights. One night, she and her family were awakened by the pitter-patter of steps in their living room. Thinking it was the dog or another family member, they went to look. No one was there, except for the doll, who was sitting on the couch. Oh, it's not over. We remember specifically we put it away always because I love that doll so much I took care of it, Marty says. Other strange occurrences began happening while Marty and her dad were away. Her uncle was alone in the house. The uncle said he heard Marty's father calling his name from the living room, even though he wasn't home. When he went to look, he found the doll, once again, sitting on the couch, and no one else. All of our family was pretty much scared of the doll, Marty says. People would start hearing their names being called, and we would hear walking at night. So we just decided to get rid of it. Being religious, Marty said her parents wanted to burn the doll in case it was demonic. They put it on the grill, and according to Marty, it wouldn't burn. This doll would not go up in flames at all, whatsoever. They tried cutting it up with a knife, but were unsuccessful. Finally, they threw it in the trash can after the garbage was collected. Marty's dad went to retrieve the bin. In it, the doll. To rid themselves of the dummy, they dug a hole in the backyard and then filled it with cement. This seems excessive. I would drive to the dump. Marty and the family have long since moved away, but says they still think about the doll and possibility that eventually it will find one of us. Alright, let's see what else we got here. What else we got here? Alright. Okay. Considered one of the most haunted restaurants in America, Stone's Public House in Ashland, Massachusetts doesn't have a ghost problem, it has a ghosts problem. Janet Morosini, a longtime resident of Ashland, is the bartender and manager of Stone's Public House, which was built by John Stone in 1832. According to Morosini, even before she began working at the inn, she heard stories of the ghosts of a young boy roaming the halls of the restaurant, which once served as an ad hoc hospital during the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918. It makes sense. That's where they would quarantine all the sick people. Apparently, quite a few souls have passed just due to that. The inn is also the site for other untimely deaths, including that of a young girl who was struck and killed by a train as she played near the railroad tracks bordering the property. According to Morosini, a father and son visiting the inn stepped outside the restaurant to watch the trains. After coming back inside, Morosini overheard the father reassuring his young son that there wasn't anyone else outside, despite the son insisting he'd seen a little girl sitting beside them. He said, "She was sitting right next to me. She was crying. You didn't see the little girl?" And the dad said, "There was absolutely nobody there. It was just you and me." Other ghosts are said to haunt the old inn, including that of proprietor John Stone, who Morosini says didn't actually die there but is believed to be watching over the place. One night, when Morosini was alone at the inn, she says she heard footsteps walking directly above her on the second floor. It was just like, there is no explanation for that whatsoever. "I'm leaving!" Still, she doesn't believe that spirits have bad intentions. "I've never had that scary hair on the back of your head neck. Whoop, whoop. All right. Let me check in with the chat. Scary. Forest Park, Lawndale, which is in southeast Houston. Oh. I never understood that either. I'm going to be honest. I never understood why people collected like clowns or dolls. I just don't. Yeah, freaks me out. No way. Mm-mm. Yeah, maybe if they collect them, we all know how it ends. It's so true. Okay, let me go to. I've got a lot of little things here. Do 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 do. Let's mix it up with a little. Hold on. Okay. You don't like to be scared. Last scary movie I saw was Get Out, and I didn't know it would turn into a horror movie about evil white people making so. It's a terrible movie. I mean, it's a terrible concept. It's a wonderful movie, and what's his name is so good. God, the guy who did Get Out. I can't remember his name, but anyway, he's so good. He's a great film director. So he's very good. But I know. Yeah, it's the concept of not really liking ghost stories. It's kind of hard to do ghost stories with people that don't really like to have ghost stories. So, but let me go ahead and see if I can get another ghost story for you. Okay, here we go. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, here we go. Here's a little ghost story. My neighbor Diane and I had a playful poltergeist for years, and we called it Billy. Let's see. I'd come home and find something put in a weird place: milk in a cupboard, toilet paper in the fridge, laundry detergent in the bathtub. Diane once called to ask if Billy had been around because she couldn't find a gallon of milk. We finally found it outside her back steps. And sugar, darn sugar, every morning a sugar bowl was empty. When I'd had enough, I would point to Diane's home and yell, "Go see Diane." And within 5 minutes, I'd get a call from her. "Thanks a lot," she'd say. He'd gone and pulled shenanigans at her place. This is cute. This occurred for entire 2 years we lived there. No one believed us, not even our husbands. My mother thought someone was stealing from us when we were sleeping or out of the house. My sister believed something was going. That's adorable. That's adorable. Oh my goodness. That's so cute. All right. I was camping with my husband and his family at a small remote lake in New Mexico. There were about, it's a little bigger, hold on. Sorry. There we go. There was a field behind, oh wait, sorry. There were about 10 people in our group and another group of 6 people in the next campsite. It was nighttime, and both groups were doing typical activities, making s'mores, having a few drinks, telling stories, when we all heard what sounded like a little girl yelling out for help. Neither group had children with them, but we were all positive we were hearing a little girl and decided to search the area we had heard the noises from together. There was a field behind our campsites, and we all saw a very tall, pure white figure standing maybe 100 feet away from us in the field, making the noises. We all agreed this thing looked maybe 6 feet tall, skinny, and white as could be. We made our way closer to investigate, but whatever it was that we saw started backing off as we got closer, and it disappeared into the trees. All night we continued to hear a little girl calling for help as we tried to sleep. I want to show you what's happening right now. I'm going to come back on screen. I'm going to show you what's happening because you deserve this. You deserve to know. Hold on. Hold on just a second. I know it's taking me a minute and it's kind of embarrassing, but I'm going to show you what's happening right now. I'm going to show you what's happening. I would like to show you. I would like to show you what's happening right now. Hello. Hello. Hi. 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 Gus. Gus, do you want to come over here, please? Do you want? Because you know what I'm getting? I'm getting pawed in the back of the neck through the green screen by my animal, by my little animal. So I'll go ahead and stay on the green screen because I have a feeling he's going to rip it down in about a minute. Anyway, all right, here we go. I know Gus does like ghost stories. Yeah, this orange cat. Let me tell you about these cats. They are tremendous. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, anyway, it's fine. Yeah, they're tremendously mischievous. I can't. Yes, yes, Holly. Yes. Where are they? Where's? Let me find where one of them is. There he is. There's Gus Gus. Where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go? That didn't go as well as he'd hoped it did. Oh my god, yes! That's him. That's Gus Gus. Hey man. I don't know. Yes, I think they are. I think they are more mischievous. Okay. Okay. I'll say. I'll say. Okay, so let me go ahead and get back to the stories. Hold on. Okay, we're camping right now, and there's scary shit happening. Hold on. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oops. I think that's hard. I know. I need. Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay. So there was a field. Wait. What were we doing? Hi, Muskie. I know the cats. Oh, and now Sam's here too. Now Sam's here. Hi. Do you want to come and see everybody? Hold on. Hold on. Sammy, are you guys gonna fight like right here? Is this where we're gonna fight? Right here? Is this where we're fighting? Hi. Okay. Anyway, hi everybody. Oh my god, this is terrible. I know. There's multiple cats behind the green screen. It's all loud behind the green screen. Never mind. Never mind. Hi, Clark. How are you? It's good to see you. Okay, I'm reading stories, goddammit. What are we doing? That's not a good idea. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, here we go. Hold on now. Come on now. I think it's really hard for me to see the story. Okay. Oh! Okay. I got this. I got this. I got this. I got this. And a very tall, pure white. We made our way closer to investigate, but whatever it was, that whatever it was that we saw started backing off as we got closer, and it disappeared into the trees. All night, we continued to hear a little girl calling for help as we tried to sleep, but it wasn't a little girl. That's over. Okay, here we go. Um, okay, that's fine. The unrest stop. Okay, here we go. I was driving across country. Wait, hold on. How old are they? They're a year. They're a year and a half, a little over a year and a half. Yeah, Holly knows. Yeah, they're a year and a half, maybe a little, maybe one more month, right, Holly? May is their birthday. May is their 2-year birthday. May 15th is their 2-year birthday. You're my bubbles. There's our babies. Holly, I love you, Holly. The unrest stop. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. I was driving across country with my mom and sister when I was 16 and my sister was 20. It was late, but we were well rested and still in alert. And we were killed by a small cat who put his claws into the middle of our. Wait a minute. That cat got me all distracted. Okay. All right. We were driving along an interstate and needed gas and a bathroom break, so we stopped at the only rest stop in 200 miles. There was a van full of teenagers on a road trip at the gas station, as well as a small gray car parked at the pump in front of us with two young men standing still outside of it. When we got there, everything felt wrong. We'd been on the road for days and seen many rest stops at night and had never been afraid of them until then. My mom and sister went inside and I stayed in the car. I heard the teenagers say they were creeped out and couldn't get the pump to work, and they left in a hurry. I was watching the car in front of us, and the two men had not moved at all, not an inch. They weren't talking, they weren't on phones, they were just standing there, still as stone. My sister and mom came running back to the car, and when they got in, the two men slowly turned to look at us while not moving or pivoting the rest of their bodies. And I swear to fucking God, we all saw the same thing. They had eyes dark as pitch and empty, truly empty, not black, not reflecting any light at all, just a void. We sped out of there and didn't stop until we were in the next city. The worst thing about the entire experience, we couldn't find the place on any map. We knew exactly which spot the interstate to look. We couldn't find it on gas station, on Google Maps or any paper map we had. We even asked locals about the creepy gas station out on that stretch of road, and not only got confused looks, and got only confused looks. We've traveled that interstate since, and there is no rest stop. Dun dun dun! I'm crying. I'm crying. It's so scary. All right, here we go. It came for us in the graveyard. We were driving my friend's really old beat up Subaru through a massive graveyard. We stopped and walked down a hill and came across a little pond. There was someone sitting on a rock on the other side of the pond. The figure was all black and we couldn't make out any features other than the fact it looked like a man who was wearing some old style top hat. We stupidly waved and shouted hi. He didn't show any acknowledgement and continued sitting still on the rock. All of a sudden, he jumped to his feet and started running to us on the water, and then all of a sudden vanished into the water about halfway on the pond. My friends and I screamed and ran back to the car. The car wouldn't start, and we heard something banging on the back of the car. It wasn't a constant thing, but every few seconds or so we'd hear it. Nobody was outside from what we could see in the dark, but something was making a noise on the car. I opened my phone and started dialing my mom to come give us a boost, but I had no service. None of us had any cell service. The next 30 minutes were spent trying to get her car started. No banging was heard afterwards, but we felt this heavy pressure around us. Finally, the car started and she hit the pedal to the metal. We sped out of the graveyard so fast, immediately crossing the gates. All of our phones regained cell service. One thing I know for certain is that something or someone was out there, and it was not human. All right, here we go. Let me see. That's kind of dumb. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Okay. How are we doing, kids? How are we doing? How are we doing? Oh, hell no. Yeah. Figaro had surgery to fix his bladder. Oh, Aggies. Heavy pressure. Ooh. 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 Okay, wait. All right, here we go. In the 1990s, Julie, a resident of Portland, Oregon, was driving out of the city to meet with friends when she found herself in traffic. The 18-year-old soon discovered that the cause of the slowdown was due to a dreadful car crash, and to her horror, as she passed the scene, she realized someone had died. A moment later, there was a woman sitting in my passenger seat, Julie says. Though she admits it sounds crazy, Julie reported seeing a woman dressed in work clothes seated next to her, and despite being in complete shock, the woman in the passenger seat was even more freaked out. She looked like somebody who had just suddenly ended up in somebody else's car, Julie said of the incident. Panicked, the woman demanded to know how she got there and who Julie was. It was then that Julie noticed the woman had an unearthly quality about her and realized that whoever she'd passed on the side of the road was somehow in the car with her. Ma'am, you need to calm down. My name is Julie and I'm here to help. No, Julie, you're not. But okay. She told the stranger. Julie later went on to explain to the woman that she'd been in a car accident and somehow ended up in her passenger seat. The woman was stricken. At that exact minute, they passed a clearing in the trees. With some encouragement from Julie, the woman peacefully walked toward the sun, then disappeared. I don't believe Julie. Can I just say that? I think Julie wanted to be on a podcast. I don't think anyone ended up on that. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. The Ohio State Reformatory in Mansfield, Ohio, is widely known for being the location of the classic movie The Shawshank Redemption. But the old penitentiary, which was shut down in 1990, also has a reputation for being haunted. Home to some of the most hardened criminals, the maximum security prison was once the site of murders, suicides, and other violent encounters, according to Teresa Arby. Blah, blah, blah. The reformatory had this incredible vein of violence that ran through it almost from the beginning. You can imagine why a place like that would be haunted, she says. There's something negative there. You can just feel it in your bones. And there are, in fact, plenty of ghost stories from the old prison. We ran into female spirits there, which I thought was incredibly interesting, this woman said. One of them, she says, is likely the wife of a former warden who was accidentally shot and killed while pulling a box down from a closet shelf. According to this woman, they've captured recordings of a woman crying and on occasion smelled rose perfume in the bathroom. Another spirit that's said to haunt the reformatory is a woman who sits in the prison chapel and cries. When you approach this woman sitting in the pew, she disappears. Other people have seen her walking. Then there's the malevolent presence there, according to this woman, and with the help of a medium, she says she communicated with it. He would literally be cussing at me, she recalled. While their sessions with the angry ghost were unnerving, it wasn't until it followed her partner home that they were truly terrified. One day, she saw him through a reflection of her window, and she saw this thing in the back, this shadow figure, and she knew it was him. After seeking the help of a paranormal expert, we haven't seen him since. Dun 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 dun. All right, I want to check in with you guys. It's an experiment. It's an experimental lounge. The prophet. I'd happen to be. I know, Sharon. You're good with opera. We need more opera notes. The prophet. Figaro is named after the kitty in Pinocchio. Don Giovanni, I am your father. No, Don Giovanni, I killed your father. I know. Okay, well, I mean, I know, I like to try new things. I'll figure out some more like I wanted to try this and see like what else, how else I want to do it. I actually would like to like I'm going to give people like a lot of warning too, and maybe you guys can like come up and tell your own ghost stories, or like J Rams did, which was amazing. Thank you, J Rams. I love you so much. So anyway, so how's everyone doing? I know this is kind of a weird setup, but I like maybe you can hear me if I do this. Anyway, hi everyone. How are you doing? I hope you can hear me. How's everyone doing? Oh, you know what I could do? Hold on. I know what to do. You like it? I know. I want to do this. I know. I want to do like a bunch of stories. I have a bunch of stories. Hold on. I have another. I have. Oh wait, that's not it. Yeah. I'll fix the green screen too and figure that out. But yeah, no, I like a good ghost story. I hope people come up and tell their own. I know I would like them to, and we'll do this. I'll figure this out, and I'll like I could probably make it like give people a lot of notice. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna tell you some more stories. Hold on. Hold on. I can. You left chat to listen. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you a bunch of stories. I have a bunch of stories. Wait, here we go. Let me do this one. All right, here we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. All right. In the mid 1990s, Robert worked as a paramedic in a small Texas town and tells the story of a strange happening that he and his partner experienced on a call one night. After receiving a call for a female having chest pains, he and his partner climbed in the ambulance to make their way to the address. We took off code 3, which means using our emergency lights and sirens, Robert recalls. In the absence of GPS back then, Robert says that they relied on maps and mailbox numbers to guide them to the rural location. The address we were going to was a very rural one, says Robert, so there was no streetlights and it was very dark night, so it was very difficult to read the mailboxes. As they searched for the correct driveway, Robert says he turned off the sirens after determining they found it. They pulled in only to discover they were mistaken. So we turned off the emergency lights as we backed up to the road and went to the correct driveway. Upon arriving at the scene, the paramedics, realizing they'd been at the exact same address a month prior for a male suffering from cardiac arrest. In typical medical black humor fashion, we mentioned to each other that this was probably the wife who was now having a heart attack and was going to join her husband. They jumped from the ambulance, bags in tow, and began treating the woman, who fortunately ended up being all right. Robert says he sent his partner to get the stretcher from the ambulance so that they could take her to the hospital for evaluation. When he returned, he had this strange, questioning look on his face, according to Robert. The pair wheeled the patient out to the emergency vehicle, and that's when Robert saw the ambulance had nearly every light it was equipped with turned on. Strobe lights, floodlights, some interior lights, everything on. After taking the patient to the hospital, Robert asked his partner why he'd turned on all the lights. He hadn't. In fact, he reminded Robert that they'd shut them all off after going to the wrong address. Neither of us recall activating the emergency lights, strobes, or floodlights when we arrived at the house. There was no real reason to do so. We'd already gotten there. In the end, we wrote it off as her dead husband, letting her know that he was still there. All right, let me see. I have some... Sorry. Hold on. Hold on. Whoops. Ah, ah, ah. Hold on, please. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Meow, meow. What? What? Oh man, sorry. Sorry. All right. I wanna. Hold on. Hold on, darling. Here we go. Hold on, darling. Hold on, darling. Hold on, darling. Mm-mm. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, hold on. I got some stories for you. Now, this is a fictional story. This is a fictional story for you. This is a fictional story for you. All right. This is I don't know how this is read, so I'm just gonna read it to you. All right. Strap in. Okay, this is called Has anyone heard of the left right game? A few points before we start. Firstly, I am not the protagonist of this story. I just went to university with her. And though she went on to become a professional writer, I most certainly did not. So, wait, hold on. I think I need some glasses. I need to like hold on. Oops. Okay, here we go. It's because my eye keeps watering. All right. Okay, ready. All right, settle in. This is a long one. Okay. I wish I could do that. Okay. All right. Okay. She'll be taking over from me further down, but until then, please forgive my slightly awkward delivery while I give you guys the necessary context. Secondly, I don't know what you will make of the following events, and I'm sure many of you might consider it all some sort of hoax. I wasn't present for any of what transpired in Phoenix, Arizona, but I can vouch for the person who wrote the following logs. She is not and has never been a fantasist. Okay, so I once knew a girl named Alice. She was an undergrad at Edinburgh Uni, like the same time I was. My educational poison was history, a degree which has greatly benefited my career as a bicycle repairman. Alice studied journalism, though. Perhaps studied isn't the word. It's not an exaggeration to say that she lived and breathed the subject. Editor in chief of the campus paper, recognizable voice of student radio, she was frustratingly tunnel visioned, and she was a journalist in her own right before anyone gave her a professional shot. We met in student halls and became friends almost immediately. A meandering waster stay off all his trying to stay off his parents' farm, and an intrepid, ambitious reporter may not seem the most obvious pairing, but I learned not to question it. She was inspiring and smart, and she proofread all of my essays. I'm not too sure what she saw in me. We were eventually flatmates down in London when she chased her dream and I chased my tail. She got a few jobs here and there, but nothing befitting of her skills. After months of fruitless internships and rejections, Alice called a flat meeting telling us that she was moving to America, accepting a position chasing stories for National Public Radio. The job had come out of the blue, the result of a Hail Mary application. She thought she had been dismissed out of hand. We threw her a bittersweet going away and put the room up for rent. That party was the last time I saw Alice. She dropped out of contact a few months after her departure, complete radio silence. I assumed she was just busy, so I carried on with my small but happy life and waited for her to pop up on television with some important words below her name, chief correspondent, senior analyst, something like that. The radio silence was broken last week, and for reasons you'll glean further down, I'm less happy about it than I would have thought. Arriving home from work, I found a lone email in my otherwise bare inbox, an email that would later be described as suspicious by my tech literate friends. Despite being born in the early 1990s, I didn't own a computer until university, and I missed several important lessons in the world of cyberspace. Lessons like don't call it cyberspace, of course, and more importantly, don't open emails with no text, no subject, and no sender's address. I realize most of you would have already deleted this anonymous blank email immediately. My friends certainly would have. But beyond my basic ignorance about online safety, something further compelled me to open it. The only thing of substance in the entire message was a zipped folder labeled left right AS. Left right AS. I don't have to explain what I was hoping those final initials stood for. Oh, her last name is like Sherman or something, so it's Alice. Okay. Oh my God, my eyes are really watering. Okay. Opening the zipped folder, I found myself staring at a stack of text files, each one titled with a date, continuing sequentially from the very earliest files, 7 to 2017. February 7th, 2017, because he's British. Okay. I've since read the files a few times and shown them to some friends. They don't know what to make of it either, and they certainly aren't as concerned as me. They think Alice is just in a creative writing phase, and if I didn't know her, I'd have to agree. But the thing is, I do know her. Alice only cares about the truth, and if that's the case with these files, insane as it may sound, then it's very possible that my friend has documented her own disappearance. The people who suggested this forum said you discuss your strange occurrences. Said you discuss strange occurrences. If you guys have come across anything to do with the below or know of any of the people involved, then please send any information my way. So there we go. Has anyone here heard of the left right game? I think this is, oh God, I'm scared now. Oh my God, this is like a real thing. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, wait. I'm gonna have to come back to that. Okay, we don't know what happened to her. She Alice died, and then Joe woke up. I don't know what happened. It's one of these stories that's like a Reddit story where I think people take it on and do it. Quickly garnered a reputation as one of the most elaborate, unexpected, and downright terrifying entries. Oh my God. Okay, well, I'm not going to do it. Hello. Okay, well, I know. I just found this one and I didn't know what it was and it looked really good. Do you still love me? Do you guys still love me? I hope you still love me. I'm the bloody finger and I'm 2 doors away. I'm sorry. I know I'm terrible. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me look for. Okay, here we go. 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 Yes. Oh, this is like. Oh my God. Oh, this is cute. This is a cute story. Oops, hold on. You guys still like me? Do you still like me? Oops. Okay, here we go. Oh my God. Here we go. This is not a real story. This is not a real story. Okay, but it's called Selfies. It's a creepy little horror tale. Here we go. All right, here we go. In one of the last pictures, I am running. I am running down the street and it is dark. The street lamps are dim and the light oozes down sickly and yellow. I can feel my heart almost bursting in my chest, the taste of something sour and unpleasant in my mouth. I'm running as fast as I can. I have to get away. The moon is a sickle moon, its cheek pockmarked with acne scars. It looks down on me. It hangs overhead like a malformed knife. They're running behind me and they're gaining. They're not even running hard. They spread out around me. They match their pace to mine easily, without effort. They whisper my name, Ellie. Just ahead is the rusty iron gate to the old playground. I used to play on the swings when I was a little girl. They crowd me here. I don't know if kids still use the swings. I stumble through the gate and into the playground. I just have to keep running, but I take a picture then. I can't help it. I take a picture. And it's just me and the gate and that sickle moon and no one at all behind me. I heard this story about a girl who went mad a few months ago. What girl? Her name was Ellie, and she was in my year at school. I didn't see much of her after that until they found her dead at the bottom of the old playground down my street one night a few months ago. Oh, I'm really sorry. It's all right. I didn't really know her that well. What was funny was I saw her. It was only for a moment before they zipped the bag and took her away. It was her face. It was the scariest thing I ever saw. Her face. Here, look. Just before they zipped her up, I took a photo. Look. That's disgusting. I didn't put it on Facebook or anything. Are those eyes? What is she doing with her mouth? I think she's screaming. She was still holding her phone when they found her, even though she was broken up pretty bad. My cousin Dan works in the lab, and he said there were thousands of pictures on her phone. Thousands and thousands. He said the police could construct her last few months almost moment by moment following the pictures. They were mostly selfies, but some of them were pretty weird. Dan said maybe someone photoshopped them. After a while, they didn't even make sense. It's pretty vain, though, I guess. You know what the really weird thing was, though? What? A couple of days later, I was in the supermarket, and I thought I saw her. She was standing in the aisle by the cereal shelves, and she was talking on her phone. She was holding a box of cereal. I had this really queasy feeling when I saw her. I mean, it couldn't be her, right? Then it was like she knew. I was standing there and she turned and she gave me this smile. She had these uneven white teeth and she had her hair in this sort of fringe. She used to be really pretty, but when she turned and looked directly at me, it was her eyes. They were like eggshells, without pupils or an iris. They were entirely white, empty, flat. She smiled. You're making this up. I had a can of Coke in my hand and it fell down and burst open and there was a mess. When I looked up again, she'd disappeared. Did you pay for the Coke? Yeah, I paid for the Coke. They buried her a few days later. I didn't go to the funeral. I mean, like I said, I never really knew her all that well anyway. This is right after I buy the phone. The shop behind me has a sign that says previously owned. I don't know if that's its name or just a description, but it is accurate all the same. I'd gone to the mall just browsing. The back of the lower level, all the way back, the shop's turned dusty and dark. There's a baby clothes store that hasn't seen a baby in years, and a shop for vegan supplies, and a video store that's permanently shut. I'd not noticed this particular shop before I go in, and it's filled with strange objects and all sorts of knickknacks. Weird clockwork devices and creepy voodoo dolls and paintings of grotesque creatures like something on the cover of a paperback. At first I don't see anyone in the shop, but then I hear a cough and a weird old guy with a long horse-like face and pale watery eyes appears behind the counter. almost like he'd been there, somehow cut out of the shadows and given form and pushed into the light. And he coughs again and he says, "Can I help you, miss?" I say, "I'm just browsing." And I see his face frown in displeasure, and it makes me uncomfortable. "You're very pretty," he says suddenly, and I think I blush and I shrug a little awkwardly. No, no, really. Thank you. "Here," he says, and he brings something out from behind the counter, and it's so startling in the shop that among all the old and dusty objects, it's a brand new phone. "Do you have one?" he says. "A phone?" "A phone like this one." "No, no," I say. "I just have this old thing." "Well, then take this one," he says. "From me." "You mean for free?" "No," he says, and looks at me like I'm dim. "Of course not. I don't run a charity here." "Oh, I mean very cheap," he says, and pushes the phone at me aggressively. "Take it, take it." He scares me, so I take it. But as soon as I hold the phone, I feel better. It feels so smooth and warm, and it fits snugly into my palm. I swipe across the screen, and the icons blink back at me. I barely hear that awful man when he says the price, and like in a dream, I take out some money and give it to him. He said I was pretty, but I guess I never thought of myself as pretty. I mean, I didn't give it much thought, one way or another. I step out of the shop, and suddenly there is a light around me, an air. My finger itches. I hold up the phone in front of me and press the camera button, and it's like something in me wakes up for the first time. Something inside me dies. I can't describe it. I don't need to. I press the button, and there's the image instead. In the last picture, I'm dead. Funny thing is, I go back to the spot where the shop was a few days later, and there's no sign of it. Here's me standing with a Cinnabon behind me, and the guy behind the counter said it's been there for the past year. In the pictures, I'm biting my lip and looking worried. I had to keep clicking. I had to keep taking pictures, but the pictures were beginning to lie. "That was amazing, Ellie," Noah says. He looks hopped up on something. He gives this beaming smile. I say, "What are you talking about?" I snap a picture. Me, standing there, looking vaguely irritated, in his kitchen. He has petunias on the windowsill. I don't like the way the light catches them. They look ill, and the sunlight is all blotchy. "Last night, you were amazing," Noah says. "I never even," he blushes. "Where'd you learn to do that?" he whispers. Comes close and puts his arm around me, and I can feel him, smell him, and I push him away. I can feel the tears coming, even though I don't want them to. And I say, "But I wasn't here last night, Noah. Don't you remember? I went to the movies with Shelley, and I stayed at her place." And he says, "What?" And his hands drop to his sides, and he smiles and says, "You're just fucking with me." And I burst into tears, and he stands there looking confused and then angry, and then comes to me, and I push him away, and I run to the stairs to his bedroom, and then I see the rumpled sheets, and it must have been taken last night. Oh, whoops. Oh, and wait. I run up the I run up into the room, and there is a photo pinned to the mirror. It must have been taken last night and freshly printed. And I am posing for the camera, naked. Naked. Oh my god, it's getting really sexy. Sexy ghost! Let's see, wait. Naked. Da, 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 one hand, da, da, da. Wait. Oh, in the picture, thank you. In the picture, I'm grinning into the camera, and my teeth are like a predator's teeth, and my eyes are. But there's something in my eyes. I pull the photo from the mirror, and I tear it up into tiny pieces, and they fall to the floor at my feet. It's not looking well. Oh, I see. These are diary entries. Okay. Here we go. Wait. Oh, these are all the photos. Dinner with mom and dad and Noah. We're all smiling. Noah has his arm around me. He's grinning stupidly into the camera, and so am I. I'm feeling like there's a fire inside of me, burning from the inside out, like light falling on a negative, and it's reaching everywhere. It's touching everything with light. Okay, wait. I think I fucked this up again. Oh, here we go. Thank you. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. This photo is a little blurry because I'm running. I'm on the street and a man is pursuing me. Blurry as I turn away from the man who's still speaking. He has a nervous, excited voice and he keeps shouting about my phone. We're both caught in the photo, and for a moment his face is almost excited but terrified. Another man approaches me in the street, but he's not in the photo. He wants to buy my phone. I can't really understand what he's saying. He's tall and thin and with a straggly beard, and he smells as though he hasn't washed for a few days. He says his name is Farnsworth and he's a collector. He keeps asking me where I got my phone and do I know what it is. I tell him it's just a phone, but he doesn't really listen. He says something about mimic objects and parasite mechanics and things that look like other things. Dark chamber, he keeps saying, dark chamber, a camera obscura. I don't know what any of it means. I start to turn away from him, I think. From the corner of my eye, I catch my reflection standing on the street corner, only there is no mirror there. This is wild and crazy, and I kind of am loving it, and I want to find out if she ends up dead. I thought she was a teenager, but she's like boinking and stuff, so I don't really get that. But okay, we're going with it. Here we go. These are like diary entries. Someone had slipped an envelope under my door in the night, and when I open it, I find in it a piece of paper torn from inside a book. I'm holding it up next to my face. My eyes are puffy. You can just about make out the letters. It says, the mad Jesuit Father Alphonse, in his 16th century manuscript, Umbra Autem Extempore, first wrote of the curious properties of an ascertain kind of light, or rather shadow or shadows. It is unclear in view, sometimes contradictory translations. He wrote a manuscript while incarcerated in a monastery in the bogs of Scotland, where he was held for blasphemy for some several years. In it, he describes a device which he claimed to have constructed, a sort of optical instrument or camera obscura, that is to say, a dark chamber for the capture of such anti-light shadows, or possibly, in some translations, notably the French Giraud manuscript of 1653, a soul. The mad Jesuit committed suicide, or perhaps was killed. The record is obscure. By falling from the top of the monastery to the bogs down below. How he made his way from the stout walls of the cellars that imprisoned him to the top undetected is unclear, nor was there any sign of the device found after his death. Though he himself was eventually found and buried, for many months afterwards, local peasants reported the unsettling sight of a man answering Father Alphonse's description, being seen far and wide, sometimes in the midst of night, sometimes plainly in the height of day. But the figure never spoke, or, if it had, none had recorded its words. I don't know what it means. It's gibberish. Another photo. It's blurry because my hand is shaking so much and you can't make out anything. Another photo. Farnsworth again. I point the phone at him and he shrieks and runs away before I can take his picture, so I take mine instead. And another. And another. And another, and with each one I feel better and worse, like I am being cut up into a lot of little tiny pieces, like bits of me are lost, like there is me and me and me and another. Standing in the park in the sunshine with my new phone, and I'm so happy and everything is going to be all right. Me with a crying face, dark. I have red eyes. It's night and I've been woken. Farnsworth is outside shouting. An Ikari is a spirit torn from your soul by a curse, who now lives independently. In some cultures, they believe that every photo takes away a little bit of your soul. I'll pay you anything, he says. I can hear a dog barking. Give it to me. His voice is so lonely and desperate. Then the dog stops barking, and suddenly Farnsworth gives a high-pitched shriek. I don't have to look outside to see what he sees. Outside the supermarket. I go into the supermarket and I bump into another customer and I mumble sorry. And then I look for just a moment, and she looks back at me and she smiles with my face. My hand is shaking. Shot of me against supermarket shelves, shoppers pushing carts loaded with food and cans and cereal. One by one they stop and raise their heads and look up at me. They smile with my face. They have no eyes. Someone whispers my name. Ellie. Ellie. I run. In one of the last pictures, I'm running. The road spreads out ahead of me and the sleeping suburban homes. The moonlight is sucked up into the asphalt. I run, the only sound, the beating of my blood in my head. The air is scented with jasmine. Ahead of me is the old playground where we used to play. I don't look back when I take the picture, but I know they're there. The end. That is Selfies. Copyright 2014 by Lavi Tidar. I will actually copy the author's name. And this is called Selfies. Hi. Selfies. That's what that story was. It's kind of an interesting story, and I didn't do it justice, so I deeply, deeply apologize to the author. But the intention of the story, I believe, is diary entries, and it was just excellent, beautifully done. But yeah, I definitely recommend that. Oh, sorry, I will definitely get this figured out where I'm not like kissing up to my little stupid thing. Yeah, it was good. It's fun. Anyway. I hope you're having a nice day. I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I wanna tell you guys more stories. I'm sorry I wasn't as smooth as I thought. I really tried to tee up a bunch of different little stories, but I thought, oh no. But I'll try and come up with really good. Oh, good. I'm so glad. We'll do more. And you know what? I really want more people to come up and tell stories too, because I'd much rather hear you guys tell your stories than me and my big mouth. Anyway. So yeah, thank you so much for coming. Sorry, it was like it's an experiment. I like to experiment a lot. I hope you guys do too. And we have lots of things to do. Oh my goodness, lots of things are coming. We have, I haven't even recorded my impression of Sidney Powell for you yet. I need to do the Sidney Powell shit for you. Oh my god, you guys, are you? Uh-oh, you guys are being so. Scott, thank you. I love you too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for the super sticker. Do my selfies make sense? Are you asking me specifically if that's true? I'm prettier as a person in possession of an iPhone. I don't really know. I started out thinking that was about a child, but then it got into an adult thing, and then it was getting into kind of needful things, which is another great story by what's his name? Stephen King. Incarcerated in the monastery. Yeah, that would be scary. Be locked in a monastery. Mad Jesuit. Yeah, mad Jesuit's always bad news. The Mad Jesuit. Yes, that is the name of the story. Selfies by Lavi Tidar. I'm probably not saying that right, so I really apologize. But yeah, that was pretty scary. Anyway, too scary. Yeah, it was scary. You guys are so kind. Oh, thanks, GP. Thank you. I made you a little movie. We'll watch the movie. You put an eye mask. Oh, good. That's so great. I would love it. I would love it if I could do like not ASMR because I don't think I can do ASMR, but I would love to do like little videos where you can put it on and you just like a super thicker. Thank you for a super thicker. Hmm. Oh my god. My Yeah, I'd like to do that. and yeah, I don't know. I'm a little high, I guess. It's hard to find ghost stories. It's harder than one might think. They're not as easy as one might think. I know, I get lost. And I know I want you to get lost. Oh, thank you, Snowden. You're such a sweetheart. You're such a doll. Yeah. What was it? What was I saying? I was talking. I guess I was talking to Bobo. We were talking about is it gonna be? Everything's gonna be okay. And I was saying, everything is gonna be okay. I said I think that I just need to be in like creating mode. I feel like if I can stay in some level of creativity, then I'll keep my sanity. Well, my sanity's kind of gone, so that's okay. I'm all right with that. That ship has sailed. Um, but I think I can. I think I can keep my head about me if I just keep creating stuff and just trying different things, which is my favorite. Is just to try stuff. Not overthink it. I think it's important. I think it's important not to overthink things. I mean, I think if you're like a brain surgeon, you should definitely overthink things because I want you to be on it. If you're going to be cutting up my brain, I would like you to be like completely on it. It really is. I'm sorry. It really is. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Mm. And then you always have to like if you were a little kid and you were watching scary movies, did you ever have to watch like something normal after that before you went to sleep? Did you ever do that when you were a little kid? Did you ever like did you ever like did you ever like watch a scary movie and then you had to watch something not scary like the news or something so that you could go to sleep? So I should sing you some songs so that you can be happy. But I want to show you this silly movie that I made for you too, because some people didn't get to see the silly movie. So we'll end with that. But I think let's see. Um, What song should I sing? Let's see. Uh, oh God, what? You want a haunted story? The wild hunt is Christo-fascist condemned to wander the highways forever. Okay, I can do that for you. Hold on. I'll end with that. That's a good idea. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't think grown-ups do that. I'm pretty sure grown-ups don't do that. So I understand. I remember all I had to do was hear unsolved mysteries. Wow, interesting. That's so interesting. Um, okay, let me make up a story for you. Oh no, I will do it. Oh no, it is an immediate request. It is an immediate request. All right. So this is the Ballad of Grey Wolf. This is the Ballad of Grey Wolf. Well, it's the story of Grey Wolf. So settle in, kids, because I'm gonna tell you a real scary story. I'm gonna tell you a real one. I got a real one for you. Okay. So a long time ago, when the chuds were restless, and they thought You can't tell me what to do. Well, I mean, some people can tell me what to do, but you, libtard, you can't tell me what to do. All these chuds, they just created stories of valor, stolen or otherwise, that would ring through the CB radios from near and far. Well, not all the CB radios, because frankly, not a whole lot of them were actually troopers, it turns out. Seems only a few of them were. Well, anyway, there was this one feller. They called him Grey Wolf. And Grey Wolf uh, was a mean old dog. And Grey Wolf, the mean old dog, well, he wasn't a dog, he was a human. But they said, that's a mean old dog, that Grey Wolf. And Grey Wolf was so mean, he was always cranky. He was always grumpy and he was always upset about something. And he would speak so loudly that it would actually cause the dogs to urinate all of a sudden, with nothing, no provocation other than Grey Wolf's wailing and yelling and grumpiness. And they would pee. And then one day they peed on the food. And Grey Wolf got so mad. He took the shofar and he took a horn on a stick that they had stolen from another convoy person who was not a trucker. But anyway, sorry. So anyway, Grey Wolf took that shofar and he took that horn on a stick and he swung them hard. And dogs and little dogs from Glow Lady, they just flew. They flew like leaves in the fall. So then they chased old Grey Wolf right out of there because nobody messes with the dogs. You can kill people all you want, but don't you kill those dogs. Don't you hurt a little hair on their fucking head. Alright, so anyway. So they chased him right out of there. And they chased him out of there, and he didn't have a truck. Oh wait, he did have a truck. He took his truck and he left. Then he said, no, I'm gonna go back. But I'm not taking my truck this time. No, sirree, Bob. And so that old Grey Wolf, he just set to walking. And he walked, and he walked, and he walked. And it seemed like he was walking for just about, God damn, it felt like a year. Jesus Christ on the cracker, it felt like a year that man was walking. But it turned out that he hadn't gotten anywhere. And frankly, the blisters finally took him. They took him down. So as you drive those rusty roads of a small 1.5-mile stretch, Nevada highway, you just might see old Grey Wolf out there, walking that road, kicking those dogs. Grumpy like. That's right. You might see him. The end. Oh, but don't give him any Bud Light, because he won't like that at all. And scene. So there you go. You got your own convoy ghost story. Correct him if you got him. Oh, that's right. I think I heard that the other day on something. No harm. So there you go. That was the tale. That was the tale of whatchamawolf. Grey Wolf. Grey Wolf. Be darned if you knew more. Hooray! Yeah, well, you know. If you know, you know. That's it. If you know, you know. All right. So that was the Ballad of Grey Wolf. Grey Wolf is a trucker, a convoyer who basically ended up trying to walk across the United States, but he got blisters. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. He really did that. and that, and that, kids, is how a bill becomes a law. And that's a wrap. Yes. Yeah, no more convoy. Oh my god. So funny. I love you guys. Um, Thank you for indulging me and letting me do a little something different. I think it's really fun. I want to do more story nights. Oh God, I remember that. Yeah, I didn't make it up. I actually this was a true ghost story, and he still exists. Okay, so he's not dead. He's not a ghost. He's a real person, but his beard has gotten a lot scragglier. I will say. I saw him on TV. I saw him on the other day. I literally he popped up because I had subscribed to Grey Wolf for a long time, and then he popped up. He looks terrible. He looks horrid. He should have stuck with his grannies. Anyway, enough about that. So here's what's going to happen. I am definitely going to do more story nights and campfire nights and stuff like that. I'll do a better job on the stories. I apologize if the stories didn't always end up like they should. I really apologize, but you guys are very patient. So oh, so good. I love Jay Rance. I'm so grateful. I am dying, you guys. I know Jay Rance has a very busy life. She's like a mom and she works and she does stuff. Like she really has a real life. But if I could get Jay Rance to be like a partner of mine on TV, I would be so excited. And I'm just going to tell you, I would love to have Jay Rance as a partner any day, anytime, any minute, any moment she has. So I want more J Rants. Okay, so let's see. What's today? Saturday. So tomorrow, Sunday. Monday's Martin Luther King Day, right? I believe Monday is a holiday. And so I will be back. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be back, if I'm going to go live tomorrow or Monday, but I might. I know. I want to do some more. I want to hang out with you guys, so I'll find an excuse to hang out with you. But yeah, I will. If not, I just have to check the court cases. I haven't checked the court schedule for next week, so I will check the court schedule to see what is happening, and the Congress. I will check the committee hearings. I will check the committee hearings and the court schedule to see what we may be in store for next week. And then I might do some gaming on. I might do some gaming tomorrow night because everybody has or a lot of people have Monday off. Not everybody, forgive me, but there are a lot of people who have Monday off. So maybe I'll do something tomorrow night, like some gaming, or maybe we'll do a movie night. Yeah. You know what I think we should do? I know you guys don't want to watch anything on Rumble, okay? We're better than, wait, what? Way better than what? J-Lo. I wonder if, oh man, what was I going to say? Dang it, I'm so dumb. What was I going to say? I don't remember. I don't remember. Oh, I definitely need more J-Rants. You've already got enough of me. You need more J-Rants. Movie night. Movie night. Thank you. Okay, so GP, you're the person that I want to talk to. So what if we chatted on Discord, but watched the movie on like and I know you're not going to like this, on Rumble. What if I showed the movie on Rumble and we were all in Discord watching the movie? How about that? GP, will you make an exception and watch Rumble if just to see the movie and make it easier on yourself? I don't want to make you watch Rumble, but I'm just trying to think of a platform. I mean, I could use Kick. I think I can use Kick, but I feel like people would be more freaked out by accessing Kick. I wonder if I can use Vimeo. Does anybody know if I can use Vimeo? I totally understand. Are you kidding me? I totally understand. No, you don't have to be sorry. You're not the one who has to be sorry in this scenario. What about using, can people watch Vimeo if I put Vimeo up? I wonder if I'd get in trouble for that. I don't think I would. I think you could, I think I can show stuff on Vimeo. Can we no, Twitch actually has the same copyright stuff as YouTube. And Facebook does too. Vimeo. I bet you I could use Vimeo. I think. I think I can. We watched Charade. Remember? We watched Charade because it was a copyright-free movie, or it was in the public domain, rather. So Charade was in the public domain, and we were able to watch it without getting cut off. But you know what else was in the public domain? Was, what's that movie we tried to watch the other day? Topper. No, My Girl Friday. That was also, yeah, Vimeo. Spin the stream wheel. Yeah, what the, exactly, Jen. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck them if they can't take a joke. Okay. All right, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. Tomorrow night is movie night for everybody. You're fine. You're fine. Yeah, we could totally watch on our own devices. I just want to make sure it's a movie. Okay, so now what movie do you guys want to watch? Do you have ideas for movies? What if I live stream to my Jitterbug? I think you should. I think that's exactly what you should. So Jay Rance writes, what if I live stream it to my Jitterbug and then link it to my Google, but FaceTime it to my Signal Chat Zoom meeting? Can I then cast it? Yay, 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 yay. It's true, it's true. It's true, it's true. That juggling movie. Which juggling movie? Which juggling movie? We're gonna watch a juggling movie? I love juggling. Death Becomes Her. Oh my god, that's super fun. I don't know if, you know what though, GP? I don't think Gal likes to watch scary movies. I'm gonna come up with a movie. Don't you worry about it. I'm gonna come up with a couple choices. Now, here's the thing. Go on my YouTube community page, and I will put a public notice up about where movie night, all the movie night details. Okay? So check my community page by noon tomorrow, and you'll see where movie night is going to be. Okay? Yeah, we'll find something fun to watch. Well, don't say that, because I'll make you watch something really stupid. I'll make you watch, like, Paint My Wagon or something like that. Paint Your Wagon. All right, I'm going to show you. Okay, so I'm going to say goodnight, my loves, my darling, my friends, my crushes. I have such crushes on so many of you, and I just adore you. And I'm glad I'm glad you like me. So thank you for being so nice. And Jay Rance, thank you for coming up and telling us your ghost stories. They're scary. I love ghost stories. We'll do this again. And I'll read you other stories too. If there's other stories you'd like me to read, I would love to read them for you. So you just tell me what you want me to read. But I'll find some good short stories too. and some good poems and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm going to end with the great little movie that I made for you because it's fun. And then, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. And then I will see you tomorrow night. That's right. See you tomorrow. Um, and remember, this is John Patitucci playing the bass. And I think this is called, I'll find the name of the piece that he plays. I think it's something about Lament of a Solo Bass. I think that's what this is called. So enjoy it. I love you all so very much. Thank you for having Saturday night with me and J Rance. And I love you. Good night. Oops, didn't open. Oh, wrong one. Oh, there we go.